I always knew that I was going to move abroad at some point in my life. I live in the United States, I live in New York, and I've always pictured myself living somewhere else. When I was little, it was Australia, then it became France, and then it became Iceland and Scandinavia, and now it's just I want to go wherever my soul is calling me to go. And I feel like I actually can do that now because I am getting my German dual citizenship through descent, which allows me to move to most places in Europe. So in this video, I'm going to share with you why I chose to apply for my German dual citizenship and kind of what the process was like. And in my next video, I'm going to share with you exactly the process and exactly the documents I needed and how I was able to actually accomplish this crazy large task by myself. So right now I'm kind of in this limbo space in time where I want to move abroad, I want to get excited about it, but I'm also waiting for my new passport to come so that I can move abroad. So I wanted to find a way to get excited about it, to share the process and help other people who want to do the same thing. Hence why I decided to start this new YouTube channel. So here you can find me talking about getting German dual citizenship, my process, the process of becoming fluent in multiple languages, the process of me moving abroad as an American, and of course my own lifestyle content here and there. So welcome to my new channel and subscribe for the journey. So let me break down exactly why I chose to apply for German dual citizenship and where I am now in the process. Like I said, I've always wanted to move abroad, and I actually decided to join my friend Rochelle's Move Abroad Escape Plan Bootcamp back in July of 2022. This is a great boot camp, by the way, for anybody who wants to move abroad, kind of learn about the process and, learn about the things that we're so afraid of within the process, like medical care, moving abroad with pets, different things like that. Now, in this boot camp, I was really struggling with figuring out where exactly I wanted to move. I was trying to come up with my plan of action. Originally, I wanted to move to a Scandinavian country. I love the cold. And then I wanted to move to France. And I was just really looking into places where I could go as a freelancer and stay for a long time. I have a dog, a big dog, so going abroad with him would be a huge task. And I don't want to move around a lot once I'm there. I want to have a place with him and kind of make that process really easy. And I kept running into roadblocks where I could get like a 1-year residency in a country or I'd have to get a different job, or like my freelancing work wouldn't work based on that visa. It was really complicated and I kept feeling super frustrated. Like I kept hitting roadblock after roadblock. So it was through somebody that I actually met in this boot camp who mentioned that she and her father were getting German dual citizenship through descent. So I ended up speaking with this girl and her father a little bit about their process, and they kind of pointed me in the right direction. And that is where I learned I'm actually eligible. Now, I get a lot of questions from people that I share this with about if they're eligible. So I'm going to leave all the links possible in the description box to see if you are eligible. So from my understanding, this law was created because back in time, there were some sexist laws, specifically around women who would lose German citizenship if they married a foreigner, or if, whatever the case was. So then when she had a child, that child would automatically lose their German citizenship. So now the German government is really trying to give back that citizenship to those who should have rightfully had it. So for instance, my grandmother never naturalized. She gave birth within the timelines on this sheet, and she also married a foreign man, an American, and she automatically lost her citizenship even though she never naturalized. So she was really in between. She never, apparently, we didn't even know this, that she didn't have American citizenship or German citizenship. She was non-existent according to the government. But since August 20th, 2021, children or their offspring can obtain German citizenship on the grounds of declaration. And this possibility will be available for the next 10 years. So this is really exciting for those of us who want to move abroad, who have connections to Germany. My grandmother was born in Germany. Her family was born in Germany. I'm a very German-blooded person, so this was really exciting to me. So I'm eligible through all of this because of my father. He was the child that they are referring to in this. So children born to a German parent who did not acquire German nationality by birth. Children born in wedlock prior to January 1st, 1975 to a German mother and a foreign father, or children born out of wedlock prior to July 1st, 1993, to a German father and a foreign mother. I'm also eligible because it says children whose German mother had lost German citizenship through marriage to a foreigner prior to April 1st, 1953. So when I found out about this being an option, I became so excited. I still feel so excited even talking about it, because having a European passport allows you so much freedom. Not only was I before struggling to even find a country that I could go to long term and stay with my dog and work and all of that, but now I have so many options, and it feels just so exciting to me. I'm about to start the journey of a lifetime by just getting this freaking passport. I'm so excited. So I'll go into more detail in my next video of the whole process, but when I was first figuring out where to start with all of this, it was so incredibly overwhelming. All of the documents I needed to get, because I didn't have any. My grandmother passed away. We're kind of estranged from certain family members who would have all those documents, so we didn't have anything. I just had my dad at the time and his memories, which were not much. So I was going off of what he was saying. I was going off of what ancestry.com was telling me. And I was going off of what the consulate had told me were all of the documents that I needed. And it was so much. It was so overwhelming. So I was just like, okay, you know what? I'm going to get to it when I get to it. I'll do baby steps. It'll be, it might take a few years, but I'm going to do it. And I just didn't even know where to start. Like I said, there was so much to do. I didn't know where to even take a baby step. And it wasn't until my dad was diagnosed with ALS in November of 2022 where I was like, okay, I have to do this now. I don't know how long he's going to live, so I have to do this for us. I have to do it for him, to have him watch me accomplish this, and also because he has the information that I'm going to need. So it took me about 4 or 5 months of pure dedication to get all of the documents that I needed from Germany and from the United States. Ironically enough, it is more time consuming and more waiting time to get documents from the United States than it is to get from German town halls and having them ship it here. It took me a few weeks to get those. It took me months to get documents from New York State. Crazy. But through this process, it's going to make me teary-eyed. I felt so connected to my dad because we were going through so many of his memories, and when you know somebody is not about to live much longer, it's so special to do that. I didn't expect to get emotional in this video. So we'd be sitting in his living room. We'd be talking about okay, what were the addresses that you lived at throughout all of these different times in your life? Where did your parents live? And then trying to figure out where my great-grandparents lived. And just going through the memories with him, I think was really special. So I feel like he really appreciated doing this with me and me really taking an interest in his life and our ancestry. And it had him talking about more memories that we had never really talked about. So if you're somebody who still has a parent who might be eligible for this, please do this. It will bring you so much closer. It'll help you really get to know them and their story. I feel like a lot of our parents, we don't get to ask them the questions that we want to. And this really allowed me the time and space to get to know him and his story, and for him to even discover things about his story that he had no idea about. He had no idea that his mom never naturalized. So that led us on a whole different path of discovery for him. And when we got her original birth certificate from Germany, one of my followers on Instagram was able to translate it, and we were able to figure out the address that they lived at, and we were looking it up on Google Maps, and it was just so exciting and so happy. And I would not have traded that for the world to have those memories with my dad before he passed away. So I completed my application in June of 2023. I spent from about December, January till June 2023 really grinding and doing all of this work. And I went to the German consulate in New York City, and I did need to have a few more documents. They said I needed to get a certificate of non-existence because they didn't see that she naturalized and we couldn't figure it out. So I had to go and get that. And then I needed to get a few copies of other things. So my dad was actually able to celebrate with me during that time. He was so proud of me. And, he said he wished more than anything that he would be able to go to Germany with me. So I'm going to do that to make him proud one day. So this process was so much more than just getting citizenship to be able to move abroad. This was so much deeper for me. I'm a very spiritual person, so I loved the fact that I was doing this like for my ancestors and for my dad, because he never had the chance to travel. He never left the States. So doing this felt like I was giving him his own passport, because technically I am. And even when he passed away, now I feel like I can take him with me to all of these different places, and he will be there with me. I also feel like I'm doing this for my grandmother, because through all the research that I've done, my family has lived in Germany for like thousands of years. Like, as long as that area has been there and people have been there, I feel like this line of family has been there. I've learned about the different tribes that were there and the different tribes that they were a part of, which is so fascinating to me. And so having them leave because of the war, the World War II, and coming here, it feels like my dad was the only one who missed out on having that opportunity to be a German citizen, if that makes sense. Like, all of our ancestors come from there on that side. So like the fact that me and him are the only ones who never had that, it feels like such a beautiful gift to be able to give that back to them because of this horrific war. It still makes me emotional talking about it. Like, I feel like I'm on the verge of tears, but it's happy tears. I'm really proud of myself and excited that I actually went through this entire process. I know my dad was really proud of me. I feel like my grandma's around me all the time through this process, like super proud of me. Like, yay, you're gonna go to Germany and see where I lived. And just, yeah, I just feel really excited to embark on this path for my family. So one thing that was super interesting was when I had made my second appointment to go to the consulate to drop off the certificate of non-existence and a couple of other documents I needed. That morning, so many strange things had occurred. Like, I had my first ever sleep paralysis, like random things. My alarm never went off when my mom came to my door at 5:30 in the morning to get on the train. I ran down the stairs and I broke my foot and I had to go to the hospital. Like, it was a whole thing. So I didn't end up going to the consulate that day. And I obviously had to wait until I had surgery and I could walk again to go back to the consulate. So I didn't end up going back until December 2023 to finally submit my full application. They said that I should get notification in the summertime that they have received it, and hopefully 6 months later, maybe winter time or spring next year, I will have my passport in hand and can actually move abroad. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm very much in this liminal limbo space of, okay, this is gonna happen, but I can't really do anything about it now, but also I wanna get excited. So that's why I started this YouTube channel, especially because going through the Move Abroad Bootcamp, I've noticed a lot of other people are getting interested in getting, whether it's German dual citizenship through descent or other countries, because other countries now have this available as well. People are exploring that option more. And I'm a part of a German Facebook group where I shared my excitement over this when I first submitted the application. And I got a lot of questions about, am I eligible? Am I eligible? Can I do this? What was the process? And I love helping people through this because I did it myself. And I learned a lot. I know a lot about the process. I know best tips to do and who to contact. So if anyone has any questions, if you're stumbling on this video, ask away. I'd be more than happy to help you. And my next video, like I said, is going to be more about how I actually did it and what the process was really like. So like I said in the beginning of this video, when I was researching videos about this, when I first started my process, there wasn't really any. There may be like 3 or 4 now. Not a lot on the internet about people who've done it. So ask away. I'm here to help. Obviously, I'm not an expert. I just am going off of my own experience, and I still haven't gotten my passport yet. So who knows? But I did it. I survived, and I have the information that you may need and want. So go ahead, subscribe for the journey, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.